Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you could join us for this very special STEAM Time program. I'm joined today by my pal Janelle, who's going to teach us all about how to make an eclipse viewer. Some of you might know we've got two of those coming up, one very soon here in October and another one in April of next year. Ms. Janelle, welcome. Thank you for sharing this program with us.
Hello.
So we are going to get started in just a minute, but remember, if you have any questions as we go along, you can type those into the chat box and we will answer them during the Q&A at the end of the program. And we're going to jump right in.
Okay. So today's STEAM Time goals, we will be defining what an eclipse is. We will be comparing the different types of eclipses they have. We will define a pinhole projector. We will get to build our very own solar eclipse viewer, and we will understand how our viewer works safely to observe the eclipse. So our vocabulary. An eclipse is a natural phenomenon where one planet or moon shadows another planet or moon. There are two types of eclipses experienced on this Earth, and they are lunar and solar eclipses. So the solar eclipse happens when the moon gets in the way of the sun and the light casts a shadow on the Earth. A lunar eclipse happens when the Earth gets in the way of the sun, light hitting the moon. A way to remember these two things is that in a solar eclipse, the sun gets darker, and in a lunar eclipse, the moon gets darker. Solar for sun, lunar for moon. The types of eclipses, we have annular solar eclipses, and we have a total solar eclipse. An annular solar eclipse is an eclipse where the moon does not fully shadow the light of the sun. And a total solar eclipse is an eclipse where the moon fully shadows the light of the sun.
So remember, we talked about we have one coming up. We've got our next solar eclipse coming up on Saturday. It's upcoming Saturday, October 14th, 2023. And if you want the full total solar eclipse, it'll be on Monday, April 8th, 2024. So now remember, that's the eclipse if you're in that perfect path right in the middle of it where it is. If you're in Tampa, in Hillsborough County, it will not look like an annular or solar eclipse. It's going to look like a partial solar eclipse. So it's going to look kind of like someone took a bite out of an apple where there's a hole or a big spot covering the sun instead of that perfect circle or that completely covered version of it. If you want to find out some more about how those work and what the difference is with the motion, we've got a QR code up there, but you can also go to NASA Future Eclipses website to get some more information about that. We'll put that link in the chat box for you.
Okay, another vocabulary word. Pinhole projector, which is what we're going to be essentially making. A pinhole projector projects an image through a small hole in an object, allowing you to safely observe the light, like the sun in the solar eclipse. Okay, our supplies. So this is the time to get your supplies ready. Some of the supplies that we need, all of these supplies we need a rectangular box, like a shoebox or a cereal box, a rectangular shape, tape, aluminum foil, white paper, scissors, a thumbtack or sharp pencil. And optional, if you want to decorate your eclipse viewer, you can grab some markers, crowns, stickers, whatever you like to decorate your solar eclipse viewer how you like.
All right, so Ms. Janelle just showed you those supplies, and we've got them up here on the screen for you.
So again, I grabbed my rectangular box. I got some tape, aluminum foil, scissors, my white sheets of paper, and a small thumbtack. And again, like I said, if you have a plain box like mine, you can grab your markers, your crowns, stickers, whatever you like, so whatever you choose to decorate your box how you choose to decorate it. Step 1. So the first thing I did, the very first thing I did with my box is I cut 2 square holes in the box. I suggest you asking a parent or a adult for some help. On the short side of your box, you will cut 2 holes with your scissors. And if the box pops open while cutting, you can always tape it back shut together. That's if you have a cereal box. You can always tape that back shut, but cut 2 holes. You see, your holes don't have to be perfect. I messed mine up. Make sure you just have 2 holes. So one's going to be your viewer hole that you look through, and one's going to be your hole that you make your pinhole projector through. Step 2. Cut a piece of foil large enough to cover one of your holes. So here I grab my foil, and again, doesn't have to be perfect. I just cut enough to where it covers one of my holes. I measured my hole, of course, to whatever side you like, and I covered the hole completely. I made sure there was no light showing at either side. Make sure no light's showing, and just make sure it's covered completely. Here's where I got some tape. Use whatever tape you like. Again, this is your project that you make. Whatever makes it work. I grabbed the tape. I secured my tape, and if your tape doesn't secure properly, you can always rip it off and redo it again. But I secured my tape on each side. Make sure you cover the top, bottom, left, and right side of your hole. Either side. Doesn't matter. And there we go. Secure. Now here's where you need an adult, or you need someone to watch you and help you. Carefully poke a pinhole into the aluminum foil. What you want to do is you want to kind of work your hole into a circular motion and make it big enough to where you can get light through, but not too big. A tiny, tiny hole. That's right, Lisa. A small, tiny hole. Step 5. Using your short side of the box as a guide, you will trim a sheet of white paper so that it is slightly smaller than the other short side of the box. Ensure that your paper fits securely. You don't want it to be crumpled. See how mine fits nice and smooth. Make sure it fits, yes, perfectly inside your box without it getting crumpled. And you will tape your strip of white paper to the short edge of the box. Here I am, I'm taping it. Of course, it does not look pretty. I taped mine in there to make sure it's secure, make sure all your sides are covered. And if you are using a cereal box, please make sure that you secure the seam of your cereal box, again, because you don't want any light to get through to your solar eclipse viewer.
It's easy to smush cereal boxes sometimes when you're working with them.
Okay. So using your pinhole projector. To safely use your pinhole projector to view the eclipse, remember, we never ever look at the sun. You stand with your back to the sun. Aim the foil pinhole over your shoulder towards the sun. Keep facing away from the sun and look into the open side. So remember, I told you to choose whatever side you like. Whatever the open side is which is the side you're going to look into, and adjust the angle of your box until you see the image of the sun projected on the piece of paper. It's going to be like a movie screen. That white sheet of paper that we glued on there is like a movie screen.
So we've got a picture up here on the screen for you to kind of show you what that looks like. So we've got the sun here behind the person. So the sun's behind them, so they're not looking at it. And they've got the foil side with a little hole, but they're looking into that big side where we cut open the other side. That's what we're looking into. And we're pointing that foil with the hole in it, we're pointing that over our shoulder back at the sun. Here we go. And if you go to solarsystem.nasa.gov, that's where you can find this picture and some more of those step-by-step instructions for it.
The most important thing that you need to not do is never look directly at the sun. Regular sunglasses do not offer protection to view the eclipse. You will need special glasses that are made to protect your eyes from the sun rays. Always, 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 always have your parent or guardian present when using the solar viewing eyewear or the eclipse viewer that we just made. Read all the instructions before you use the protective eyewear.
We want to be extra careful and make sure that our eyes stay nice and healthy so that we can enjoy that next eclipse coming up, and maybe, keep our Roblox playing eyes nice and sharp. So always be very, very extra safe. All right, we've got some more events coming up all around the eclipse. We're very excited for those. So we've got some activities at your local library branch. So if you check the library calendar at hcplc.org/events, if you just do a little search for eclipse on there, it's going to pull up all of the eclipse events this October. Spoiler alert, it'll work in April as well, April 2024. So if you're watching this maybe after the October eclipse and you're getting ready for the April eclipse and you're watching this program, maybe in March of 2024, getting ready for that, check that library calendar, hcplc.org/events. Type in eclipse and it's going to pull up all of those super fun eclipse programs. We've got stuff online. We've got virtual programs. We've got programs in your local branches, programs making eclipse viewers like these and making some fun models and all kinds of activities. So definitely check those out. We're so excited to see you and share this event with you.
And I want to see their boxes. I hope they bring their boxes that they made to these events, because you're welcome to bring your own.
I can't wait to see how they decorate them.
Me too.
When I made my solar eclipse viewer, that was half the fun of it, was decorating it. So if you got stickers, you've got markers, you've got some glitter paint, anything. Maybe you can cut out some shapes out of paper, make a little shadow eclipse picture on there. Could be a lot of fun. So if you have any questions about library programs, about this program, if you missed the Q&A and you had a question later on, just reach out to us. You can reach us at hcplc.org/contact or give us a call at 813-273-3652. Now, if you go to the hcplc.org/contact page, there's a really cool button on there. It's that Ask a Librarian button. And if you click on that, you don't have to call us. You can text or chat or email with us, and it's going to be one of us Hillsborough County librarians that answers that for you. And that way you don't have to talk to us on the phone. You can text with us like we all prefer to do, I think. But yeah, we're happy to help you find those library resources and those programs. And we'd love to help you out. And we hope you join us in November 14th at 6 p.m. We are going to be making our own board games. So we're going to have some fun making DIY board games, and that's going to be a lot of fun. More decorating. Ms. Janelle, are you going to make a board game too?
I sure am. I cannot wait. So I'm going to make my girls come in and make them with me.
Ooh, I like that idea. I think that'll be fun. All right, folks. So remember, if you have any questions about the eclipse, you can type those into the chat box or come to one of our fun library events coming up on that schedule. Ms. Janelle, do you have any frequently asked questions about eclipses that you can think of?
I have a lot of students asking me if I've seen the last eclipse. And a fun fact is that I did see the last eclipse. Not only did I see the last eclipse, I actually made a solar eclipse viewer, just like the one we're making tonight.
So you've had practice.
Yes, I did. However, I didn't think about decorating it. That's something that I'm going to do this time around. But
got to step up the game.
Yes, I made this exact project.
For the last eclipse, I got busy and I forgot to build my solar eclipse viewer. And I didn't have the special glasses, and I really wanted to see it because I was here and it was passing right overhead. So you know what I did? I grabbed a colander. So one of those pans that has all the holes in it that you can use to drain like pasta and stuff. I grabbed a colander and I took it outside and I held it up just right in front of the sun. And when the sun shone through there, it was like a pinhole projector on the sidewalk.
Wow.
It was really cool because all those little holes looked like the eclipse. So I had like 100 little eclipses on the sidewalk in front of me. So that's something that you can do if you forget to make your pinhole camera, or you accidentally sit on it on the way to watch the eclipse and it gets smushed. Grab anything that has holes like that. You can project it onto the sidewalk.
With your parents' permission.
With your parents' permission. Remember, projecting onto the sidewalk and not looking at the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had fun. We can't wait to see you in branches, and bring those eclipse viewers with you. We'd love to see them. Have fun, and we'll see you soon. Bye, friends.